of the evening. Spawning up here in the top left in orange, our Zerg player from, well, the admin team. It is Bozz. And his opponent over in the top right, also a Zerg from Team Composite. It's our blue Zerg player, DRZ. So there is a bit of a league discrepancy between these two players. I believe DRZ is in gold. The last that I have seen, he was a gold league player, and Bozz is a diamond. I think he actually got the Masters finally. So it's going to take a little bit of work here from DRZ to be able to actually take this set in the first place. But surely he will have some ideas of what he wants to do exactly, and could see some interesting builds coming from him just to kind of make up for that little discrepancy to start off with. But nonetheless, it is DBZ. You can always get caught out just thinking you're a little bit safer than you really are sometimes in this matchup, and ending up doing something ridiculous that's going to get you caught off guard and just kill you immediately. As it stands, both players will be able to scout each other very quickly on this interesting map. Overlords are passing each other. So Bozz is going to be sending his Overlord. He's supposed to check out immediately if there's a natural here first, rather than trying to go directly for the main base or anything like that, checking for a quicker pool or gases, that sort of timing. He wants to know if there's going to be a natural or not, and probably worry about his scouting beyond that with any early lings or even just a drone scout. But given he doesn't send anything out yet, it's probably just going to be waiting for a ling, maybe even waiting all the way until he has speed to try to really get in and get some sort of scout off. Bozz sending a drone down, DRZ sending a drone down as well, both of them going to be expanding here after their pool first builds. No gas for either player just yet, so no decisions in that avenue so far in this game. Since this is a best of three, you can always see some interesting sort of, what am I trying to say here, interesting thought processes about how to play a series when it's not just a best of one that's on ladder, or as we see so often in the CTL, just best of ones for the league matches during the week. So there's a little bit more thought that goes into these sort of series. I'm not even really sure what the plural is there. Let's see what that happens there. But Bozz has his first gas. Going to be saturating that immediately. DRZ has an Overlord in here, seeing all of this, so he's happy to know exactly what's going on. He'll be able to get down to the natural and figure out what's going on as well. This Overlord is going to be a little bit in a frightening position just because of the way this map is set up with these kind of pseudo walls here. The queen that has popped out is going to start chasing down this Overlord and try to get a kill off, but it's going to be a little hard pressed to actually do that. But honestly, I don't think there's enough room back here for this Overlord to actually hide from this queen ever. The queen's just going to come down here eventually and probably take out this Overlord, which is going to be an immediate little victory here for Bozz if that does happen, and DRZ is going to have to react accordingly. Speed already on the way for Bozz. Meanwhile, DRZ is just now saturating his very first gas here. Both players have their naturals expansions up, just starting to pump out a few workers because of that earlier gas. DRZ is a little bit ahead on the worker count right now. Bozz getting in with a ling, so he's going to be able to see everything, that's going on. He clicks on the gas there, just checks the timing of that. It sees that it's still pretty high. It isn't down to 2400 just yet, so no speed is on the way. The ling does get taken out, but not a big deal there. Still, this Overlord remains, and I'm kind of surprised it does. It's in the vision of Bozz, so he can go take that out. There he goes. He is going to take that out now. The Bailey Nest is on the way, and this is out of the vision range of this Overlord, so without that Bailey Nest being scouted, this is going to be an annoying hold for DRZ, especially considering that he is now supply blocked. He does have Spine Crawler on the way, but he has absolutely no idea that the Bailey Nest is on the way. Speed is finishing up with the Bailey Nest as well, and Bozz has a chance here just to flood a whole lot of lings as soon as he gets out of his own supply block. And there we go. There is the ling flood that is starting now. 10 lings in production here. As soon as we get some more Lyra, I imagine we're going to see more, yeah. This is probably going to be nothing but lings from here on out, adding in the Bailings when he gets across the map. Baliness is on the way here for DRZ, but I'm not sure it's going to be in time to actually deal with this. 14 lings still in production to join the 11 that are already out for Bozz right now. Even an Evo Chamber coming up for DRZ here. Not trying to actually wall off or anything, or trying to wall in his natural base. And he's also pretty low on queens. He still only has the 3 queens for any sort of defense beyond this. In pretty much no actual vision from his overlords. His closest overlord is still just barely out of range of all of this that's going on over here. As I said, it is actually moving. It's going to see a good hefty number of lings here. He doesn't see the banelings morphing in just yet, so he's not going to get too scared, because this is still, okay, it's only a little bit of lings, right? Yeah, that's it. Okay, this is annoyance. It's in my main base. But now, we got banelings going to be rolling in along with the rest of these reinforcing lings. Lings inside the main do get surrounded by drones, so they will die off, but he's already killed off 2 workers here, and now here comes the actual bit of pain. There's not many banelings, those can be focused down by the queen and the spine crawler. One baneling does go down very easily there, but now there's just a spine crawler, just a queen. The queen is just being a little bit lazy here. Baneling getting inside those drones, and look how darn low all of those are, so a ton of those are going to die. Another queen pops out, but the damage has already been done. DRZ dropping down to 39 supply now. He's lost 14 workers already. Behind this, Bozz is getting his 3rd base up. One baneling being morphed in here by DRZ, so he may be able to. He's going to eventually clean this up, and he does clean it up there without even actually using the baneling. But now he is down 20 workers and a base. It's definitely not a situation you want to be in already. Roach Warren has finished here for DRZ, so he's going to be able to start pumping some roaches and maybe do a little bit of a counter aggression. The problem being Bozz has 9 roaches on the way of his own. That economy is just in such a better shape for our orange Zerg player compared to the blue. He doesn't have much of a chance to really catch up unless he finds a way to sneak in and do a good amount of damage to Bozz's drone line here. 9 roaches is 2-3, also the 5 banelings and 20 lings for DRZ on the field, but again, just this worker discrepancy is absolutely humongous right now. And DRZ isn't actually going to poke out. He was maybe expecting more to be coming from this. The problem being there is going to be more coming, but it's going to take a little while to happen. +1 attack is on the way for these roaches. He's probably going to wait for that to finish at least, as well as with roach speed. And he's able to push across the map with a whole heck of a ton of roaches. A couple lings from DRZ. You're going to get in here and actually going to see this 3rd base and probably get a little bit depressing that it is actually up. There aren't really many drones there. The first 2 drones are just now joining this base here, but a couple more are being created, so 3rd base economy is going to be starting up. Bozz getting in with an overseer, just wants to check everything out. There's nothing really much to see actually over here. There's an Aspire or anything that's really going to surprise Bozz at the moment. It is actually going to be facing its roaches, and when you've got this much of a lead and you're going to be facing the same exact composition that you have, you got to feel pretty okay about that. DRZ can be sending a little bit of a counter over to this 3rd base, try to get some work done, but roaches are already pretty near this. Roach speed is just going to finish up here in a moment. These lings might get a little bit of damage done. They may kill a queen, but a nice positioning there by Bozz, keeping his queen in a little corner, and now he's going to push this away with taking 0 damage. So again, just pretty much nothing has been lost by Bozz since his early attack, which he wanted to lose anyway. The resources lost tab at this stage of the game being that far apart is a little bit troublesome for DRZ. He's actually also down 60 supply at the moment, down 24 workers even. So things are just getting continually rougher and rougher for our Blue Zerg player from Team Composite. 60 more roaches in production, about to pop out. +1 is about to finish as well for Bozz. And he's going to start putting on a lot of pain, basically whenever he wants to. He doesn't really need to sit back and wait for too long, but he doesn't want to lose a game because he's out on the middle of the map where he doesn't need to be. He loses all of a sudden to just, like a bunch of mutalisks that suddenly appear, despite only DRZ having 2 gases right now, or something like that happening where he's just not in position to defend. So he's waiting until he's got enough, even getting his +2 on the way for those roaches. And just continuing to pump out these roaches, getting a hydrogen as well. So again, just wanting to stay as safe as possible. Basically, just putting himself in a position to not lose this map, not lose this map in any way, shape, or form. Hydrogen has finished up. Bozz is now doubling the supply of DRZ. This is just continually kind of getting worse here. DRZ is going for double upgrades, which is nice. He's going to have his +1/+1 here by the time Bozz actually does decide to attack, I assume. I say that the +1 characters probably won't finish up. He may have +1 for his attack, but so it's going to be even upgrades for a little bit. But these roaches are already moving across. He does see that this 3rd base is here, so he's going to want to go ahead and take that out as soon as he can. or he's just probably gonna, well, he's gonna put himself in position to actually go in between these bases here and just well, run back and forth. Wherever you're not, I'm going to be. And yeah, this is a huge discrepancy in army supply here. 60 roaches to 16, 126 total army supply to 56. A lot of that is still in the lings here for DRZ. +2, still not finishing up here for Bozz, but he will take out this base. He's going to be able to force a cancel on that, no problem. Now there's basically no chance for DRZ to actually even get out and take another base. Rolling on in here, just to see what's going on up in DRZ's neck of the woods, and it really looks like Bozz is actually, he's going to be patient and wait for his +2, wait for some Hydralisks to cross the map as well, taking a 4th hatchery, buy some minerals, just everything he can do just to stay nice and safe. Groove Spines on the way, Burrow on the way, Tunneling Claws even on the way, and an Infestation Pit. Things that aren't necessary, really, but it's good things to have. +2 still not just finished. He's definitely trying to wait for that, I assume, before he really pushes his attack forward. He will be fighting into a choke, but with the amount of supply he has in favor of his opponent, it's going to be a little bit difficult for DRZ to hold this. He will have +1 carapace finished, however, since Bozz has been waiting for this +1. So this is going to be +1/+1 versus +2, but this is happening now, and Bozz on top of this entire army. And the army's actually, I think the army's on hold position because the Banelings didn't move at all. And this is just getting shredded here. 179 supply now, DRZ dropping below 100 supply. Bozz is getting on top of absolutely everything. A good chunk of roaches have swung down here from the main base of DRZ, but still, the numbers game is just so very much in favor of Bozz, and he is just flooding more and more Hydralisks behind this. He's about to have Burrow as well, so he can start microing some of the roaches. There we go, DG! Bozz is going to take game number 1 here of this best of 3 series.